Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we delve deep into the intricate tapestry of royal affairs, offering you insights and perspectives on the stories that truly matter. Today, we are immersing ourselves in a narrative that has sent ripples of indignation throughout the hallowed halls of the British monarchy. A tale woven with threads of familial tension, alleged palace intrigue, and the ever-present glare of public scrutiny. We're talking, of course, about the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, who is reportedly seething with profound displeasure over the recent disclosures concerning his private audience with his father, His Majesty King Charles III, earlier this month. Before we embark on this captivating journey into the heart of royal drama, do remember to extend your support by liking this video. Your engagement helps us bring you more in-depth content. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an update on the unfolding sagas of the royal family. Now, let us turn our attention to the crux of the matter: Prince Harry's reported fury. The Duke of Sussex, as many of you will recall, undertook a visit to the United Kingdom, during which a significant and long-anticipated reunion took place. On Wednesday, September 10th, a date that will undoubtedly be etched into the annals of recent royal history, Prince Harry was graciously received by his father, King Charles, for a private tea at the historic Clarence House. This intimate tête-à-tête marked a truly momentous occasion, signifying the first direct face-to-face meeting between father and son in nearly 2 years. For those who have been closely following the unfolding narrative of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex since their departure from frontline royal duties, this encounter was viewed by many as a potential harbinger of reconciliation, a fragile but hopeful step towards mending the deeply fractured bonds within the royal family. The very existence of this private meeting was, commendably, confirmed by both Buckingham Palace, the official residence and administrative headquarters of the monarch, and by the spokesperson for the Sussexes. This dual confirmation lent an air of authenticity and transparency to the event, assuring the public that such a significant interaction had indeed transpired. However, in a move that has become characteristic of such delicate royal engagements, a veil of discretion was maintained, and no further specific details regarding the content or nature of their conversation were divulged. This deliberate reticence, while understandable given the sensitive nature of familial disputes, played out on a global stage, often leaves a vacuum that the media, and indeed the public, are eager to fill with speculation and conjecture. And indeed, speculation was quick to surface. Following the confirmation, insiders within the royal orbit, often referred to as royal sources, were swift to assert that, despite the apparent warmth of the welcome, this particular meeting should not be interpreted as an indication of Prince Harry being welcomed back into the royal fold in any official capacity. These pronouncements, delivered through various media channels, sought to manage expectations, making it clear that while a father and son had reconnected, the institutional implications of that reunion were, for the time being at least, minimal. This subtle but firm clarification immediately set a boundary, perhaps attempting to preempt any public anticipation of a full-scale return to official duties for the Duke. However, it is the aftermath of these initial reports and the subsequent disclosures that has reportedly left King Charles's younger son in a state of profound agitation, seething with resentment and a deep sense of frustration. Prince Harry is understood to believe that a covert operation, a clandestine strategy, is secretly being orchestrated by senior palace officials. His conviction, as reported, is that these individuals are actively engaged in disseminating what he perceives as hostile briefings to various newspapers. The ultimate aim of this alleged campaign, in the Duke's view, is to systematically undermine and sabotage his earnest efforts towards reconciliation, to thwart any genuine overtures for rapprochement with his family and the institution of the monarchy. This accusation of a deliberate campaign of sabotage is understandably a grave one, speaking to a deep-seated distrust and a sense of being unfairly targeted from within the very establishment he was born into. Following these unsettling reports and the alleged machinations within the royal establishment, an individual intimately familiar with the Duke of Sussex's affairs, a source described as close to the Duke, provided a rare and illuminating statement to the Mail on Sunday. This statement, delivered with a directness that underscored the seriousness of the situation, offered a glimpse into the Duke's perspective and the perceived boundaries being transgressed. The source unequivocally stated, and I quote, "The relationship between the Duke and His Majesty the King is a matter for the two of them, and the two of them only." This assertion powerfully emphasizes the intensely personal and private nature of the bond between a father and his son, suggesting that such a relationship should be insulated from external interference. The statement continued with an even more pointed and highly evocative phrase declaring, "The men in gray suits should stay out of it." This particular turn of phrase is highly significant. The men in gray suits is a long-standing, somewhat colloquial, but deeply entrenched term, used to describe the often unseen, unelected, yet profoundly influential bureaucratic apparatus of the monarchy. The senior courtiers, advisors, and administrative cadre who manage the daily operations and public image of the royal family. To call them out so directly is to suggest a belief that these powerful, behind-the-scenes figures are overstepping their bounds, meddling in deeply personal family matters, and potentially exacerbating existing tensions. The private reunion between the Duke and his father, as previously mentioned, transpired for a duration just shy of 60 minutes, a relatively brief period for a meeting of such anticipated significance, especially after nearly 2 years apart. In the immediate aftermath of this encounter, a story published by the Mail on Sunday brought forth a new layer of complexity and intrigue. This particular article suggested that a nascent strategy was reportedly being formulated, a plan underway to potentially facilitate Prince Harry's partial re-engagement with public life in the United Kingdom. The narrative hinted at the possibility of the Duke taking on some public events within the UK, thereby utilizing his platform and profile, albeit with a crucial caveat. It would not be in the capacity of a working royal. This distinction is paramount, as a non-working royal would not be undertaking official duties on behalf of the monarch, nor would they likely be receiving public funds for their engagements. This idea, even in its nascent form, offered a tantalizing glimpse of a potential middle ground, a way for Prince Harry to contribute publicly without fully re-entering the institutional framework he chose to depart. However, the lifespan of this optimistic narrative was remarkably short-lived. Just a mere few hours after the Mail on Sunday's story hit the newsstands, a flurry of official pronouncements and briefings were swiftly disseminated from within royal circles. These subsequent communications were unequivocal, serving to firmly shut down any burgeoning hopes or expectations of a hybrid role for the Duke. The message was clear and stark. Prince Harry would, under no circumstances, be permitted to return as a half-in, half-out working royal. This immediate and definitive rebuttal effectively extinguished any notion of a flexible, semi-official arrangement, reinforcing the palace's long-held stance that such a role is simply not feasible within the established structure of the monarchy. It appears that the institution prefers clear-cut definitions of roles and responsibilities, leaving little room for ambiguity, especially when it comes to individuals who have chosen a path independent of the core working family. This entire sequence of events, the private meeting, the initial confirmation, the swift denial of a royal fold return, the MOS report of a potential new role, and the even swifter, emphatic rejection of a half-in, half-out arrangement, is further complicated by yet another significant media disclosure. This also comes after The Sun, another prominent newspaper, published a report that delved into what it claimed were private details of the very meeting between King Charles and Prince Harry. Even more controversially, The Sun's report purported to describe the specific tone in which the meeting was conducted, venturing beyond mere factual recounting into the realm of subjective interpretation of a deeply private interaction. Such a report, claiming intimate knowledge of a confidential family discussion, was met with a swift and forceful response from the Duke of Sussex's official spokesperson. The spokesperson vehemently denounced The Sun's account, unequivocally stating that the details and alleged tone were categorically false. This strong refutation underscores the Duke's profound concern over the leakage of what should have been an entirely private family matter, reinforcing his belief that information is being selectively and perhaps maliciously disseminated. The denial serves not only to correct the record, but also to highlight the ongoing battle for control over the narrative. a battle that appears to be waged with increasing intensity between the Sussex camp and those they perceive as adversarial forces within the royal establishment. The implications of these developments are considerable, casting a long shadow over any immediate prospects for a genuine and lasting reconciliation within the royal family. Prince Harry's reported fury, his belief in a deliberate campaign of sabotage, and the swift public refutations of potential new roles all paint a picture of an intensely strained relationship, not just between a father and son, but between an individual and the powerful institution he once served. The constant struggle for control over the narrative, the alleged leaks, and the public back and forth through media channels make the path to healing incredibly arduous, if not seemingly insurmountable at times. For an audience aged 55 and above who have witnessed decades of royal history and the evolution of the monarchy, these events resonate deeply. They speak to the timeless challenges of family dynamics, the inherent difficulties of public life under intense scrutiny, and the often unforgiving nature of institutional power. The phrase, "the men in gray suits," conjures images of powerful, unseen forces, reminiscent of political dramas, and it serves as a potent symbol of the invisible hands that shape the destiny of even the most prominent figures. This entire unfolding saga raises profound questions about trust, loyalty, and the very definition of family privacy in the modern age, especially when that family happens to be the British royal family. How can genuine reconciliation occur when every private interaction, every nuanced gesture, and every potential olive branch seems to be immediately dissected, spun, and often undermined by external forces? The constant media attention, fueled by alleged leaks and counter-briefings, creates an environment ripe for misunderstanding and further estrangement. It's a complex dance between personal desire for peace and institutional imperative, played out on the world stage for all to observe and judge. In summary, Prince Harry is reportedly consumed by indignation over what he perceives as a deliberate campaign by palace officials to sabotage his efforts at reconciliation with his father, King Charles. This fury stems from a series of disclosures and swift rebuttals following his private meeting with the king, including reports of a warm welcome, quickly followed by assertions that he would not return to the royal fold, and a subsequent rapid dismissal of any half-in, half-out royal role. The strong denial of private details leaked to The Sun further underscores his belief that an insidious agenda is at play. This situation certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the ongoing complexities of royal family dynamics, the pervasive influence of media, and the profound challenges faced by those attempting to navigate personal relationships within the confines of a public institution. What are your thoughts on this unfolding drama? Do you believe Prince Harry's allegations of a sabotage campaign hold water? Or do you see these events as simply the unavoidable consequence of a public figure stepping away from royal duties? Share your valuable perspectives and insights in the comments section below. We cherish your contributions to these important discussions. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth royal analysis, and join us for our next celebrity update, where we will continue to explore the fascinating world of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.